Have you ever wondered if you could have bread again without breaking carnivore? Most people give up because every low-carb bread out there still has a lot of junk in it. But not this one. With only 2 ingredients, it's so easy that you're gonna wonder why you didn't try it sooner. If you don't watch, you will miss the one bread recipe you can actually trust on carnivore. So for this recipe I'm using around 60 grams of my homemade chicken flour, the recipe for that you can see in the description, and 5 eggs. So basically we need 5 egg whites and 4 egg yolks, which is why you could see 4 eggs in the previous clip. Obviously I needed a practice run of separating them, because that's clearly not one of my skills. I tried separating them in 2 ways. One was like a normal person, and the second one was in my hand because I hit the egg a bit too hard and, well, that happened. And now it was time to just whisk the egg yolks until they become kind of pale. Or in my case, until I was just done whisking. The whole process for me took 2 minutes and then I was done. It looked good enough, so I was ready for the next step. And the next step was beating the egg whites. Now let me tell you something, I have never beaten egg whites in my life. So this was an especially interesting challenge and adventure for me. Also, as you might notice, I'm not doing that with a hand mixer or an egg beater 3000 or something like that. Simply because I don't have any of those tools. And if you are new to this channel, you might think what this guy is doing. Well, welcome to Meet Carnivore. I'm showing you recipes that have 100% guarantee that if I can make this, you can make it for sure. Anyways, I am around halfway through this hand workout and I just wanted to let you hear how much fun I'm having. And while I continue to torture myself, I just want to tell you 2 things. First thing, if any of these parts are too long, feel free to check the timestamps in the description to just skip over to the next part. And the second thing is more of a question for people who have watched my channel before. So you might have noticed that this is kind of a new style that I'm trying, which is I am currently watching this video and doing the voiceover at the same time, which is not something that I usually do. What I always do is just I record a video and then I prepare the script and I edit like this. So this is something new. Let me know in the comments if you like this format, and thank you for being here today. Now let's go to the next step, which also gave me a challenge, of course. It kind of did make sense to me that I should be careful with adding the yolks and the flour. So I googled around and the term folding came up, and I still do not understand what does this have to do with folding, nor do I understand how does this folding exactly work. But I checked a couple of videos on YouTube. One of them was called How to Fold Egg Whites into Batter. Well, in our case, I was folding the batter into the egg whites, I guess. But this is what I did. I tried to be careful, so first I just added the egg yolk by just splitting the foam a little bit and then just poured it in because I kind of tend to lose my patience a bit. And I just think, well, it's gonna work. And then I went on to just dump in the flour. Now, in order to mix this whole thing up, I used a spatula. I thought that this way I might be a little bit more careful with the whole process, but eventually I got there. In the end, I had this beautiful looking mixture and I was ready to get to baking. So for the baking process, I was using a 16 by 8 centimeter pan. That's around 6 by 3 inches, and I lined it with parchment paper as best as I could. I wasn't using any butter or anything else, I just, well, you see what I'm doing here. And yeah, at the end I just had to hold it down a little bit for the first couple of scoops just to make sure that it's not coming out while I'm putting in the batter or the mixture. So yeah, I scooped it up until eventually I decided I'm ready to just take the bowl and pour it all in. So in the end I had around 3/4 of the pan filled and I was ready to air fry this thing. I set my air fryer at 160 degrees for 35 minutes, which is I think the same amount that I used for my pork rind bread. Just a quick suggestion, if you're using oven or maybe another air fryer model, then you might have to check in around 25-minute mark just to see how done the bread is. Once the 35 minutes had passed, I just opened the air fryer and poked the bread with my finger. It seemed pretty much done, so I put back the tray, but I didn't fully close it just to let the bread rest for around 10 to 15 minutes. Once that was done, I opened the tray fully and took out the loaf and put it on a cutting board. Now, if you do this, be careful because the pan is pretty hot. And I transferred the bread out of the pan and just put it on the cutting board to let it rest for another 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, let's see what happened. It's kind of heavy. Overall, the loaf did look a little bit silly, and maybe the reason was that I didn't properly beat the eggs or something, but the looks is one thing, you know, I mean, the taste is what matters after all. And here I'm just playing around to see which shot I'm going to take for the thumbnail. It did cut pretty smoothly, but I think the best thing would be if I just showed you my live reaction to this bread. Plus you will see a cream cheese that I think is carnivore friendly. So I decided to try just another slice of the bread. And I'm gonna use this Kerrygold. This is the most carnivore friendly cream cheese that I could find. So yeah, it's made with milk from Irish grass-fed cows. Yeah, it's only written, I mean, you cannot even see, but it's only written in French, German or Dutch. So, but it contains only, yeah, natural cream cheese made from milk, water, milk egg white, oh no, I think milk protein is the correct translation, and other things from milk, and salt. So yeah, if you can find this one, I did see that they have a USA website, but I couldn't find it, at least not in the website of Walmart and Costco, so, but this works. I do like this one better than the one I made with pork rinds. It does feel a bit drier though. So yeah, let's try it out. Yeah, it's very, very good. And it's not eggy at all. I don't know, maybe my taste buds are ruined or something, but I don't feel either the eggs nor the chicken. It just tastes good. What an amazing and detailed review. 10 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a like, comment, and I'll meet you here next time on Meet Carnivore.